I first saw the Prince of Peace image as a little girl seeing someone on TV that was about my age, and she was showing her painting of Jesus. I now know that that was on the Oprah Winfrey Show. I was watching that at my grandmother's. I'm also an artist, and my mom's an artist. I kind of already grew up in that sort of environment of art appreciation and learning to paint and draw at an early age. And so when I saw this other little girl that was on TV that was so talented, it just made me very excited, made me realize that anything was possible even for really young children. Appreciating art history and also growing up in the art environment and having a lot of family that are like in the Roman Catholic belief, I was exposed to a lot of liturgical artwork of angels and of Jesus and of Mary, and all of them were beautiful. But even as a little girl, I knew that there was something different about the Prince of Peace painting. There was a feeling of close connection that I didn't necessarily feel with the other paintings of Jesus that I had encountered. There was almost a feeling of a little bit of a distance, like he was almost untouchable. And that was not the Jesus I knew as a child. I knew Jesus on a much more personal level, and to be able to see at that age a painting that depicted Jesus more of the way I saw him and the feeling of familiarity, and to also see that there was a little girl my age that was also experiencing that and felt that and saw that. It was incredible. Years later, my grandmother, she was gifted a print of the Prince of Peace, and she had that hung up in her home. It was always a very special centerpiece. The Prince of Peace painting was something that I never let go of, including going into adulthood. And then when I moved to Austin, Texas, I had no idea that the painting that I'd seen since I was a child was only an hour away at Marble Falls. I'm a filmmaker, and I had moved to Austin specifically because I felt God was calling me here. I didn't have anyone here. I didn't have a job lined up here. I was experiencing different hardships in life at that time, and it just felt like the whole world was pulling out from under my feet. And to me, it didn't really make sense just to move to Austin. However, he made everything available. He made housing available for me. He started connecting me with a church. But even after I was here, the hardships continued. I was here only a week, and 2 of my family members passed away. And I was like, God, you told me to come here to Austin. I don't really understand why you're not meeting me here. I feel like you sent me out on this voyage and you've left me just out here floating. I came to the gallery. I particularly was connected to the missing years and dreams. I think it's really a precious thing to be able to see Jesus in his early years. Having all of this vast knowledge, past, present, and future, the world around him, just as a teenager, that's a part of his life that none of us really even consider. And to know that he was a human being, he started as a baby, a toddler, a child, a teenager, and then into a grown man. To know that he's had all of the same experiences that we've had, and yet he's God. I think there's such a personal connection in that. I think God's the master artist. If we're made in his image, I think we have this desire to also be artists. There's some things that words can't communicate. There's spiritual experiences that words can't communicate. Art itself is storytelling. Each painting tells a story. Jesus chose to teach through stories. I felt Jesus' presence when I came into the gallery. And it was like in that moment, I saw him. I knew what it looked like, and I knew that it felt personal. But I did not realize how much it would impact me. I don't idolize the painting, but at the same time, I do feel like Jesus' presence follows it. I'm asking you, where are you? And then you're here. And then shortly after that, doors started opening up to jobs. Healing started taking place in the areas of my life where I was experiencing a lot of hardships. And then some other hardships came up, but in the midst of it, I saw him and I realized you are here and you have met me here. I learned that I was God's beloved through a lot of trial and error. I never doubted his power and his grace, but something that took me a long time to learn is that I could not earn his love. To see the ways in which he's shown his love to me, even in the hardships, the way he's come through, that was a really incredible experience. I feel like I would not have seen his grace and understood his love to the fullness had I not experienced those hardships.